did the problem. You confused the same model. And third type is compound proportion. Compound proportion, or you can take this as the mixed proportion. Compound proportion or mixed proportion means you will have three quantities or more than three, x, y, z, three variables. If you have three variables, how the problem can be framed? When the x value increases, y also increases, z also increases, one model. When the x value increases, y increases, z decreases, one model. X value increases, y decreases, z decreases. X value increases, y decreases, z increases. X decreases, like that if you take three variables means 2 cube. 8 models will come. But all the 8 models we need not learn. Our concept is more by less and less by more. Mainly in compound proportion we get 2 models. If you learn 2 models, any problem with that method, more by less, less by more method only, we will solve. Write down one problem. In a hospital, there is a consumption of 1350 liters of milk, 1350 for 70 patients for 30 days. In a hospital, of milk for 70 patients for 30 days. Then how many patients will consume? Then how many patients will consume 1710 liters of milk? Then how many patients will consume 1710 liters of milk in 28 days? In 28 days. Our concept is more by less, less by more. Since the question mark is here, read the problem from this side. Read the problem from this side. And more by less, less by more, we have to take 2 things at a time, is it not? The number of days. I will close the number of days means, once I am closing the number of days, forget that the data of number of days given in the problem. Forget. 50 liters of milk, you can give 70 patients per day. Suppose if you have 1710 liters, will you give more number of patients or less number of patients? More number of patients. So, more value by less into, first you have closed this, second you close this. When you are closing the quantity of milk, think that the milk quantity is not given in the problem. I have come from my place, I have brought certain quantity of milk. If I want to distribute 30 days, I should distribute 70 patients a day. But I want to go 2 days early. I want to complete off my work in 28 days only. Then in order to complete the quantity which I brought for 30 days, I should give more patients per day or less? More patients. So, more by less into, first I closed this, next I closed this. If next I close this means question mark is closed. So 70 you take as it is. 70 you take as it is. 0, 0. 7 4s are 28. 2 2s, 2 15s. 15 9s. 190. So, if 70 patients will consume, if 70 patients will consume 1350 liters of milk in 30 days, 10 liters in 28 days, or the quantity of milk or the number of days. 42 men, 42 men working 10 hours a day, 42 complete a piece of work in 24 days. 28 men working 12 hours a day. The work in how many days? Work is here. Read the problem from this side. Taking two at a time. If the question mark is here, take one data here, one data like this. First I will close. If I work 10 hours, I can do in 24 days. But instead of 10 hours, if I do 12 hours, less number of days. So, less by more into, second I will close this. 42 men will do in 24 days. 28 men are reduced, so more number of days. More by less into 24. 12 twos are 2 14s, 14 threes. 30 days. 30 days. But I told you, why I told these two problems, I wanted to show the difference. Here, this is a work related problem. 42 men, 10 hours, 24 days work is equal to 28 men, 12 hours, how many days work? Whether you may miss number of days, number of hours, number of men. If you want the value of question mark, 42 into 10 into 24 by 28 into 12. See here, 12 and 28 are in the denominator, 12 and 28 are in the denominator. This method is right. By chance you adopt this method here. 70 patients, 1350 liters of milk for 30 days is equal to how many patients? 17, 10 liters in 28 days. If we want to find the value of how much? 70 into 1350 into 30 by 1710 into 28. Denominator 1720, 1350. Here 1710. This method is wrong. This direct method is applicable only for the work related. Why? Here, men are increased means milk must also be increased. Direct proportion. Men are increased means milk must also be increased. Direct proportion. Men are increased means number of days reduced. Indirect proportion involved. That is the difference between these two. So more by less by more concept is even for four things. 42 men working 10 hours a day can complete 200 meters of road in 24 days. Again 200 meters of road came means you have to go with more by less by more because they are direct proportion. Meters are increased, days will be increased. Take care of those things. Once you are thorough with these methods, any problem you can solve easily. Right? Next problem. A contractor agreed to complete a road in 100 days. After doing the work for 60 days, and after was completed, how many more men should he employ? How many more men should he employ to complete the work? How many more men should he employ to complete the work as per the schedule? Given here, men are given, work is given, number of days also will be given. Men are given half of the work they did in 60 days.
Number of men is not provided.
A contractor agreed to complete a road in 100 days. A contractor agreed to complete a road in 100 days. He engaged 140 men. 40 men, half of the work is completed in 40 days. As per the contract, how many more days are left? 40. How much work is left? Half work. How many men are required? See here, both are equal values, half and half. You cannot take more and less. When both are equal values, strike off here itself. When both are equal values, strike off here itself. Then question mark is here. Read the problem from this side. In order to complete a work in 60 days, we need 140 men. But in order to complete the same work in 40 days, more number of men are required. More by less into 140. 22s, 23s, 270s, 3 into 70 is 210. Out of 210, already how many we have? 140. So how many more men should we employ? 70 more men we should employ to complete the work as per the schedule. See, A, B and C can do a piece of work 20, 25 and 30 days respectively. Together contracted, they together contracted a work for, they together 1110. What is the share of B? If individually taken, A, B and C can do a piece of work in 20, 25 and 30 days. They contracted together a work for 1110. They have completed. They received 1110. What is the share of B in that? Now you tell me who has to get more money? Do that. C. Because C will do 30 days. Give him more money and appoint him. Poor fellow A is doing the same work in 20 days. We don't want this one. Take him. Wages. For that point only I am telling, wages paid according to the number of days. Wages should be paid according to their capacities. Capacities are 1 by 20 is to 1 by 25 is to 1 by 30. If A can do a piece of work in 20 days is, 1 day work is 1 by 20. 1 by 20 is called as 1 day work or is capacity. 20, 25, 30, the LCM is 300. 20 15s are, 25 12s are, 30 10s are. So, A should get 15 shares, B should get 12 shares, C should get 10 shares. Totally for 37 shares, what is the amount to be distributed? 1110. Then what is the share of B means? 12 shares value is how much? 37 shares value is 1110 means 12 shares value will be less. So less by more into 1110. How much? 360. What is the share of B means? The share of B is rupees 360. Three men or 4 women, all in 43 days. In how many days can 7 men and 5 women build the similar wall? If 3 here end is given, how we do? Here 3 men work is equal to 4 women, is it not? 3 men work is equal to 4 women means man by woman is equal to 4 by 3. It means that man is working with 4 capacities, woman is working with 3 capacities. Once you are converted like this means you are converting them into capacities. 3 men means 3 into 4, 12 capacities. Or 4 women means 4 into 3, 12 capacities. Working with 12 capacities, the work can be done in 43 days. Understand? Working with 12 capacities, men and 5 women means 7 men means 7 fours are 28 capacity. Plus 5 women means 5 threes are 15 capacity. 28 plus 15 means 43 capacities. Suppose if you are working with 43 capacities, will it take more number of days or less number of days? Less number of days. So less by more into 43. 43 gets cancelled. The work can be completed in 12 days. The work can be completed in 12 days. Next. Subodh gave 1/4 of his money to Naresh. Naresh in turn gave, Subodh gave 1/3 of what he received. If the difference between the amount of Naresh and Jayant is rupees 200, give